Welcome back, fellow travelers. I want to talk to you today about buddy passes. If you don't know what one is, chances are you're not friends with somebody who works for an airline. So I'll explain it and I'll tell you why it's a great idea to make friends with somebody that's in an airline or part of an airline. So let's jump right in. Buddy pass is essentially what it sounds like. It's a pass that airline employees use to bring their friends or family along on them with trips. Now, it's no secret that a lot of airlines do offer employees buddy passes. It's a great incentive. It's a great reason to work for an airline. Oftentimes you can get flights for really cheap. Each airline, though, does have different rules and regulations around their buddy passes. Oftentimes how much they cost. So one airline might charge somebody $50. Another airline might charge them a few $100s. Now, you might hear rumors that they get free flights. Flights aren't free. I don't know of any airlines that give free flights. Generally, it's the taxes you pay, or it's like a flat fee plus taxes. I've been fortunate enough to have buddy passes in the past, being a former airline employee, and I can tell you right now, I sorely miss them. I sorely miss my buddy passes. Just the employee passes itself, but the fact of being able to bring your friends along is great. The one important thing to note, though, is that generally buddy passes, you need to fly with somebody. Like, you need to fly with the employee or the parents of the employee, a family member. Again, the rules and regs are very different depending on the airline. But I can say that it is a great perk for me, for other people who work in the airline industry, and for you, a buddy, a friend that wants to travel with your friend. It's amazing. The one thing, though, is that most of the time these are standbys, and in today's airline and aviation industry, planes take off more fuller than they have in the past. So what that means is that the odds of you getting on are a bit more slim than they used to be in years gone by. What that does mean is that it's a lot of finger crossing, a lot of maybe changing your plans the last second. And I think that's something that really needs to be spoken to. I have flown with people that they understood they were getting a cheap flight. They didn't understand why the flight was cheap, like what the trade-off was. It was that, we could miss a flight. We might not be able to get on our flight. We might have to go home. You might have to have these weird processes put in place. One of my friends was traveling with one of their friends, and the process was, because they didn't want to go through security, the airline's operation stated that they couldn't go through security until they were confirmed, so they had to get their confirmed seats at the check-in area. So they'd dedicate 2 counters for people that were on standby at the side of the check-in, and once the flight closed and they can see how many people showed up, they would then be able to process the list and then take whatever bags that they had. In this instance, my friend's buddy didn't understand that concept, and when they got denied, he threw a temper tantrum at the check-in agent. Now, what happened is that the employee proper lost their pass. They weren't allowed flying on their pass because of the scene that their friend made. So if ever you do fly with somebody on their buddy pass, golden rule is don't talk ill to the company, especially when you're on the pass, because the people at check-in, the people at the gate know who's an employee, who is on a buddy pass, and they generally get reprimanded really hard based on the behavior of their guests. As an employee, I was responsible for those that I was bringing on my buddy passes. Another thing is, don't ask for upgrades. This is one of the things that I told one of my friends not to do. I went to the bathroom, I came back, I then was called to the counter and was told that my friend had asked for an upgrade when I had just told him not to ask for an upgrade. Luckily, I was at my own airport and I knew the staff, so they just let me know that this happened. I wasn't really in trouble, but if I was at a different airport, I would have been in trouble. Sometimes friends, sometimes they're hard to take some places. So those are I'd say the 2 golden rules. Make sure you dress nice if you're going on a buddy pass. If you want to get in business class, if you have the option to get in the first class, dressing nice is a must. You need to do it. I know of some instances where employees did not dress up to code, so we had to forbid them entry into the aircraft because there were no seats left in economy. There was only business class. So because they weren't dressed properly for business class, they didn't get on the flight. It's unfortunate. You passed up a business class opportunity because you or one of the people you're with were not dressed with the proper attire. So with that said, that's kind of the gist of what a buddy pass is and some of the rules you should take into consideration when flying. I hope it's been of some help to you. If you've ever been fortunate enough to be on a buddy pass, let me know what happened. Where were you going? Did you enjoy it? Did you like the process? I know it's not for everybody. The standby game can be pretty nerve-wracking. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. In the meantime, you can check out some of my other videos right over here. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that right there. It not only helps the channel out, but it also lets you know when we upload new content. I'd like to thank you for making me a part of your day. And until next time, safe travels.